I want to send it to Trillion Boys. I wanted to see it to Raw. I want to see it to Hellcat. I wanted to send who else they say? Bless. Whoever. Who else?
Tucson Turkey.
Tucson Turkey. No. I want to send it to all of them. 24K.
How often do you get to tussle with a former NFL MVP? Not very often, but it seems like a certain group of individuals have found themselves in a predicament, or a particular predicament, I should say, in which that is what they have themselves right in the middle of. Mr. Cameron Newton, someone who's been making his name larger than the 6'5" frame body that it already is again making a name for himself in the newsways, doing his amazing things when it comes to the worldwide media of sports in his own lane. Now, one thing that if you don't know about Cam Newton, he has been and always is and still continues to be very, very invested into the youth of Atlanta. Obviously, he grew up in Georgia, grew up, I believe, in the Atlanta area. And one of those things is investing in 7-on-7 camps, right? I'm not sure if y'all remember the infamous, oh, Cam Newton, you're washed, that whole video with the kid calling him out. That was at one of those 7-on-7 camps. He runs some of them, helps some of them. He has a team, right? He's a guy that, you know, clearly loves the game of football and hopes to instill some greatness into some of these young gentlemen in the way they handle some things, right? There happened to be a bit of a snafu, as it seems, because I'm recording this like 5 minutes after the video hit after it hit X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it, and it seems like the 6'5", 250-pound former NFL MVP got himself into a little 7-on-1 at the 7-on-7. That's a bar. Big Sean's gonna write a bar about that. Y'all be what? Cam Newton's gonna have. I mean, not Cam. Drake's gonna have a bar about that. It's going to be terrible, just like my videos. But what's more important is watching a 6'5", 200, and I'll give him 230 now. You know, it's off season. I mean, he's not playing anymore. I'm sure he's in the gym, but he's not. You know, he's still a good 235, right? Is just out there dragging these grown men, and luckily it happened. It was a swarm, because it looked like these two gentlemen, the first two out of the 7, looked like they was about to have a really bad day. I just want you to know, obviously I can't show the full video because this is YouTube, and even though it was shot on a potato, we're gonna click through little screenshots and kind of get some a film breakdown, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Because this is real life. This is a crazy moment, but I want to talk about some preamble before we get into the absolute. Look at it. This they got a rocket punch ready. No. Seriousness. In all seriousness, again, more breakdown on when someone talks about the people. Okay, the reason the beef could happen, right? TSP crew. That's another 7-on-7 group, you know, focused in Atlanta. Again, do their own 7-on-7. If you don't know what 7-on-7 is, BT dubs, as I sound like a white woman, it's basically just foosball without the front. Well, it's funny without the front 7, but technically you do have the front 7. Doesn't matter, without linemen. Let's just say that receivers, running backs, linebackers, safeties, cornerbacks, all that good stuff. Routes on those guys, no pads. It's fake football. All right, I'm a defensive lineman. It's some pansy shit, but it's a good way for some of the young players to instill, you know, routes, and still catching ability, and still passing from quarterbacks, and still breaking on the ball from the defensive side of the ball. Very, very important part of actual off-season football. Again, if you don't play football, you know, not everybody plays the old foosy ball. Just to let you in to know why these grown men were out there watching children play football. I just want to make sure that y'all know it's nothing weird. TSP is a 7-on-7 group trying to also potentially bring positivity to the youth of Atlanta. Because here's my thing. As we get into this ignorance that's going to transpire, talking about it, making jokes about the funny hats and the 6'5" men dragging other men because he's 6'5", 200 and whatever, former NFL MVP. It's ridiculous. I don't know why you want to fight him. 7 niggas can't stop him. I'm sorry. Before we get into that, I really want to make sure, because as much flack as Cam Newton gets, and as much ridicule, and as much, you know, the craziness that's around his name, and the criticism that's around his name, I want y'all to realize that he's a very positive person. and he doesn't get credit for that because of all the crazy shit around him and the terrible hats. The hats are terrible. He's got, look at, it's poking like, oh my gosh, that thing was coming, boy. That thing got a rocket on that boy. I was trying to show you the hat. I was trying to show you. Ooh. You can't play it. If you play it, they will slay it. You feel me? If you play it, they will slay it. But you see the awful hats. But Cam Newton, even in some of his worst moments, even when going at some of his biggest criticisms, man, I need to go back to school. Even when going at some of his biggest critics, it seems that he can maintain a pretty level head. I mean, you know, you would expect from a fucking NFL quarterback. Maintain a pretty level head and be able to kind of face those things head on. So whenever we get to the bottom of the full thing, Cam Newton will tell you. He's probably going to tell you Monday morning on his podcast. Hey, and knowing Cam and knowing the world of media, this might be a little staged, little joint. I don't know. This might be a little staged, little, you know what I'm saying, to blom saying the schnum saying. You feel me? To get the big bad bag of Rooney. But nah, I don't think that's that. Just to stay on the actual serious topic, I'm sure this is one of those things where things got a little heated, things got out of hand. You know, somebody was getting a little pass interference call. Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you the honest. This is, I guarantee you, this is nothing serious. I guarantee you, this is a coach calling too many pass interferences on a guy. This is a coach not giving the right calls to a guy on some ticky-tacky shit. And you're cheating. You're not cheating. It's always what this shit is. And that was kind of my core thing about talking about Cam Newton. Cam Newton's not he don't be out here doing stupid shit. When's the last time you heard Cam Newton? Besides his college days, again, young, dumb, whatever. When's the last time you heard Cam Newton doing some crazy stuff outside? Like some actual crazy shit. Besides the hats, again, the hats are, that's terrible. That's terrible, we all agree. But he's not actually someone who's getting into these bad situations, at least not making them public. So for this to be public, this had to be such a silly ass situation. And they looked even sillier getting thrown around by NFL MVP and quarterback. This is, I hope we really truly do get the full, you know what I'm saying, behind this. We really get to understand what is not understood about this whole situation. But Cam Newton was slinging people. And white shirt was laying down some hammers as well. Absolute yoppers. Okay? So let's get into a little film breakdown. Again, we can't show it. We can't play it. We can piece by piece it. We're going to start from the first piece, right? We open up. Rogue leg here, right? We're going to hop into it here. Now, what we see is a Mr. Cameron Newton with a full-grown man on his hip. And what you're about to see here is this other man that he has just implanted. As you see, this, oh wow, you see it's I'm not sure if this is just the grain of the potato that this was filmed on, or I think this man just used another man to bend this whole guardrail situation. This is this man doesn't know what he's looking at. All right, fast forward here. Now you can see the full press. I mean, this man's toes are touching. When your toes are touching, your knees are buckling, you're against a hard surface, and there's another gentleman. Look at these calves. Those are NFL MVP calves, cuz. I don't want no problems with that. I'm not going to talk about the thighs because your bitch might leave you. That's enough. That's enough. This is not going to be monetized, ladies and gentlemen. But as you see from right here, this guy couldn't handle the heat. He had to get out the kitchen. Cam Newton and his terrible hat has been looks to be more people coming to not to his aid but to his glade, not like a bag but like I'm sad. You feel me? Let me go right here with it. Look at this. Look at this man's in hell, son. He didn't have no idea. He thought shit was sweet. He thought he could jump a nigga. I mean, where y'all really think this is how do you think this is finna turn out for you, my guy? Think about it. Think about it while you're staring at the dirt. We're gonna keep moving forward. As you see, still slinging people. More people come to the aid. He's still dragging a man, by the way. Still dragging a man with another man on him. More dragging. He just cranked that motherfucker up, or he just hit that one of them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not good. More dragging again. We'll skip a little more forward here. Now, Mr. Rocket Punch comes in. This is crazy. I don't blame him though, but obviously it gets to the point where this is where the full everybody's on him. He's then got and Cam, look, he looks up at him. He's like, you can almost see him smile. I mean, you can see like 12 pixels. He like looks and smiles at him, and that motherfucker just hug up. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, I ain't got nothing to say about that, man. Absolute yopper. Another yopper coming over here from the right side too. Just, I mean, just yoppers being thrown right now. Yaks and baps and slaps. And again, 17 people on you. He looks like the Hulk right now. He looks like Superman. Ladies and gentlemen, again, the core of this video, not just that it's hilarious watching Cam Newton ragdoll grown people, not just that it's hilarious that people are so passionate about high school football, off-season football, that they'd be able to get Scrabble against 7v1 against an NFL MVP, but also look at Cam's a nice guy. So when we get through the end of this little situation, I'm gonna call it his Cat Williams moment in a positive way. He gonna get some views. He gonna talk about it, but it's gonna be an interesting little situation, man. And it already has been an interesting situation. So you be amazing, you be blessed, you be absolutely phenomenal. And hopefully we get some updates and we kind of follow up. Hopefully nothing serious happened. Hopefully the beefs have been squashed and things have just been too little rustled with the feathers and this and that. But man, when football is away, the boys will play. You be amazing, you be blessed, and we'll see you next time. Oh wait, like the video if you like it, dislike the video if you don't like it, leave a comment, tell me why you don't like it, man. Yeah.